Anybody offered, or has anybody been asked to take a polygraph?
They have all been asked to take, excuse me, not all, Levi, Jr., and Tia Johnson have been asked to take polygraphs that I'm aware of. I can confirm that. I'm not sure about some of the other characters, but they have declined. After just to get into some of the really sketchy tie-downs, I guess, if you will, Christine's best friend is a guy by the name of Jimmy Quayle. She called him Q. Mm-hmm. The night of the 12th, right around 9:30 p.m., she called Q, and he was talking to her. And he said that she was trying to whisper something to him. And I said to Q, when I interviewed him, I said, did you have any indication of what it was? Was she scared? He said she wasn't scared, but she would go, I could tell there was a very noisy background. She would go almost like you're going to try to get away from the crowd. And then she would try to whisper something. He couldn't hear her. And then it was almost like the crowd then came to her. Again, the noise would amp back up. He very much got the impression she was trying to find some privacy to speak to him.
Right.
He said, do you want me to come get you? And she said, no, it's cool, Levi's coming. Now, the important distinction about that is there was no plans for Levi to come get her. I've seen on his MySpace and her MySpace after she was missing where he indicates he's sorry he didn't listen. She's, something to the effect of, I'm sorry I should have came and got you when you said you hated it there. Mm-hmm. Also, Q tried to call her back that evening. I want to say around 11 o'clock. He didn't get her. 11 a.m. on the 13th, the next morning, he called, and she was using Junior's cell phone, by the way. She didn't have one of her own. Junior answers the phone to Q, and he says, I don't have a lot of cell minutes. I'm out. I'm not at the house. When I get back, I'll tell Christine to call you. So we already know from surveillance he was at the house. He never left that house until about, I want to say, 3 o'clock. Or, I'm sorry, yes, I'm right, around 2:38 or something to that effect. So, again, why lie?
Yeah, exactly.
It gave them an entire day to stave off calling anyone. They also told Lynn, Christine's mother, that they filed a police report and that they told them they had to wait for 24 hours, and, that old line. Mm-hmm. None of that was true. Lynn was the one that filed the police report the next day. Levi and his mother came and picked up the kids on the evening of the 13th. The next day, he filed for full custody. If you're not sure if somebody's missing or not,
wow.
If you haven't seen your children, really, to speak of, in 3 or 4 months,
yeah,
and spend any time with them, why are you filing for full custody?
Exactly. There's more red flags in this case than there is. It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, and I got to tell you, Dana, I was out. I saw pictures before I went out on location. It didn't even prepare me for what a hole. And I don't mean any disrespect to the property owner. I'm just saying, in terms of a young woman to meet her end, and in our opinion, still be out there.
Yeah,
it is vile. I mean, the complete lack of dignity shown to her amongst this, riffraff, if you will. I feel really old. I just said that. But it really, it pulls at you. And I was told before I got out there was almost like a vibe. You know what I mean? When you're going, and there was.
Yeah. Oh, sure. You get a gut feeling as soon as you start looking at something or you walk onto a property. I get it. We only got about a minute left here, Blink. I appreciate you coming on. What's law enforcement doing now? Are they just sitting on their hands?
No. There has been some progress in the case. There was an arrest of a peripheral person who has told law enforcement that Christine is on that property, has given a story that Christine was beaten and then hit with a shovel and buried.
Gee.
Now, I can't confirm that that's actually what happened, but I can say that after that there was a car that was pulled out of the river there, which you know and I know, they don't just find a car.
No.
So there is some motion. We're very hopeful that the work that we're going to do is going to bring to light some of these really important, information and progress the case, because we're not going to let it go away. We're not. We're also going to be announcing another search on the property with state-of-the-art equipment, ground-penetrating radar. We've also we're looking into satellite imagery. We're also looking into some other high-tech variations of search and rescue equipment that have not been used.
Any timetable on that?
Yes, I would say before October.
Okay, great. No, that's fantastic. Listen, we're out of time. The webpage is blinkoncrime.com. You can also click through the links on the show notes. Blink, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Dana.
We'll talk more. Keep me informed about what's going on.
Always. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.